Namaskaram friends. So in this video I am going to talk about sound. You can clearly see in my background different types of sound. Okay, sounds of a machine, sound of a bird, sound of me, and these are different. So the basic question is, what is sound? Why there is a different variety of sound, and who took control of all these sound? Okay, and sounds have a subtle dimension or not? So again the question is, we have 8.4 million life species on planet Earth. Okay, and it fall in the category of animate object, and we have animate as well as inanimate objects. Since we are a human being, we produce a sound through this machine. So in this manner other life form produce sound using their machine, but we hear different types of sound. Like I speak, my sound is completely different from how the crow is crackling, and how other birds is crackling, how squirrel is tweeting, so and how the sound produced by the machine. So these are all sound. We experience it because we have an ear. If we do not have an ear, we do not hear a sound, and there is no concept of sound. That means this machine, whatever capable of take data from the creation, take it, and we have also a knowledge about that data only. There are many other dimensions which are going on in this creation, but we do not have that type of machine which captured that type of data from the creation and show it. So we have 5 senses. That means our nose, through which we smell; our mouth, through which we eat; that means our tongue, through which we taste; our skin, through which we can experience; our ear, through which we can hear; and our eyes, through which we can see. And there are many other dimensions which our machine do not have. We have 5 senses. Through meditation we open up other senses, but people who do not meditate have only basically 5 senses, and even they do not use these senses in its full capacity. So if we meditate, we open as many senses as possible and experience creator from in its true form. Okay, so in terms of sound, since I have a mouth, so I speak, so this is an output. When I record it and put it on a social media, then people hear it using their ear. And here I sit. When I sit here, through our ears I capture lots of data about sound. Through my eyes, through my nose, through my skin and tongue, I capture many data, but particularly I talk about sounds. So in this mechanism I have a machine called ear. So through this machine, and I capture a data called sound. See, a different types of sound. Since we have 8.4 million species, so we have 8.4 million different types of sound on the basis of a species. And in a species only, I talk about human being, we have 8 billion human beings. That means 8.4 million species, and each species have a billions in number. So we have a billions, millions or trillions types of sound spread in the creation. So if we meditate, we pay enough attention on each and everything, we are capable of knowing or capturing all types of data about the sound. And we have when we try to solve problem about sound, and we have a data in our mind about the sounds, and we are, let's say, very much capable of solving that problem. See, people do not pay attention on nature, on creation, on space, and they do not download that type of data in their head. And then when they try to solve problem, they look on book, they look on internet, they look on videos, audios, talking to people. Through that manner they can solve it, but it takes a time. But when you become meditative, okay, when you become meditative and pay and focus and pay attention and focus on the creation, on the nature, and try to download all types of data in your mind, then there is no need of internet, then there is no need of talking, then there is no need of reading a book, because this is a living cosmos. Infinite amount of data in terms of taste, in terms of seeing, in terms of hearing, in terms of experiencing, in terms of you can say smelling. Through these 5 senses, and also through meditation, when we open other senses, that means we are able to download infinite terms of data from this creation, and these data are all stored in this cloud. which is free of cost. There is no need. And when you keep meditative and keep your mechanism in a good state, it is processed as much faster as no other machine can possible of. And as an individual, you experience by using your own machine only. By using other people machine, you know it, but it is a type of data which is not in your experience. You can learn it, and type of stress, type of pressure come on your hand, and it destroy your faculty. So it is best that things which are really matter to you, do it by your own experience, in whatever cost required, even your life, do it. Because experience is a thing through which whatever data you gather is automatically stored in your mind, and whenever any problem come, automatically this data solve this problem. Okay, and this also require you can say a time what is really required for that solving, for that problems to solve. So I take a dimension called sound, because sound, see, when you see videos on a YouTube or any other social media, different types of sound, because on videos if people on social media and produce different sound or talk to other people, we have 8 billion species, 8 billion human beings, so sounds of 8 billion human beings. And also when music play, sound of instrument and millions of instruments. Okay, that means millions of life form, millions of species, in each species millions of life form, and also using human being also made instrument through which they can produce sound. So there are, you can say, infinite types of sound, in terms of sounds of human being, in terms of sound of life form, in terms of machines or instrument made by human being through which we can produce some sound. And when you combine all these sound, you are capable of storing all types of data. That's why it is tell that here the sound of instrument, here the sound of machine, here the sound of nature, here your own sound, so that your mind are capturing all types of sound. And when you have a question related to sound, its origin, its presence, its ultimate, you have a sense of data in your head. There is no need to go on the internet, on the books, on the social media, or talking to people to have a perspective about the sound. Okay, even a plant produces sound, but you required a subtle mechanism to hear it. Every plant, every fruit, every flower, every vegetable, every life form from a small to large produce sound. If you keep your mechanism in a good state, you are capable of listening each and every type of sound. Okay, so sound is just a one dimension. For you can say solving problem related to sound or experiencing it, we use our one sense called ear. Okay, and I also chose this background because through this video you can hear my sound as well as sound of other birds, sounds of other vehicles, and when you keep your mechanism on a good state, you can also hear the sound of plants and animals, because all these types of sound are storing in this machine. Maybe this machine is not so good to collect the data of all types of sounds of all types of life form, but when you go in the nature, you are capable of storing all types of data related to sound. So it is required that after watching this video, you must visit any natural place, any forest, any park, or wherever different sounds are present. Okay, on internet there is a lack, or you can say there is a dearth of sound, because what people hear, they capture it and they put on in the internet, but that machine is not capable of exploring, or this machine is not giving you an experience of real lifetime. Okay, so for experiencing real, take some knowledge from this video or from the other videos on the internet and visit in the nature, because when you go in the nature, you experience everything by your own, and lots of dimensions which are not actually this machine is captured in this machine capture in their memory. Okay, because when you when I sit here, I experience the air which you do not experience. I experience the light of the sun which you do not experience. You just see. Okay, when you watch a video, you see it, you hear it, but you cannot experience it through your skin, you cannot taste it through your nose, and through your tongue, and you cannot smell it through your nose. So by watching a video, you are actually using your 2 senses, but by sitting in the nature, you use your 5 senses, either by taking input or giving output. When I tell you, I experienced all I can say I experienced all types of data from the nature using my 5 senses. I tell you, I also using my all types of data, all types of senses. But when you hear it and when you see it, you using only your 2 senses, your ear and your eyes and your ear. Okay. And mind is your mind is the, you can say, storehouse which collect each and every types of data and have a technology and have a mystery that it can create a new types of data which are not yet created, not yet explored in this creation. So I hope through this small video you learn a dimension called sound and take benefit of it, and must visit a natural place, a forest, a park, or any near about area where a natural beauty or different sounds are present. Okay. In different geographical region, different sound present in the creation, different sound is present. When you take a space tour, different sounds are present in the whole cosmos, from the beginningless to endless, infinite types of sounds of galaxies, sounds of clusters, sounds of stars, sounds of planets, sounds of our nature, plants, animals, birds, human beings, machine. That means sounds is present everywhere. Big bang is a sound, big crunch is a sound, before big bang is a sound, before after big crunch is sound. That means each and every moment sound is produced. Even in silence is a type of sound which is experienced when your machine is very subtle. So sound is present everywhere, and by any dimension which you capture, when you go it to its core, it's present everywhere. So I hope you love this topic and love this lecture. Namaskaram. Thank you.